Hey guys, so here we are at use number 430 with the Nacet blade, and I put it in just now. Let's see, show it to you. There she is. Carved Christopher Bradley with a B plate. Brass, of course, as you can see. Chiseled face, Midnight Stag is the soap, the older label there. Same with the aftershave, alcohol-based aftershave. And then here's the contemporary version of the EDP, the cologne. And we'll be doing a normal kind of bowl lather today with this copper jello mold from the thrift shop. And as usual this month, the brush is the Omega 011842 Connaught Faux Jade Boar brush. He's been soaking for a while, so he's nice and ready to go. I've got my basin here. I got my face wet, so my whiskers are a little on the damp side. And let me fill my jigger up with 40 milliliters. And we've got that done. And I've got a mirror there, which is my second time using that. Very happy to finally have that instead of relying on the tiny face there on my phone camera screen there. All right, so we're going to load. We did some wet loads recently. Let's just go back to the kind of the normal load. Let's try 4 seconds and see what we get. Do my usual, shaking a lot of the water out. Let's do 4-second load. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweeping the excess kind of liquid in the soap tub there into the bowl. Might as well use that. Why not? You could just leave it in there each time. It's up to you. It's not going to hurt the soap, in my opinion. Let's tilt you down, give you a good view of the lather. Been very happy, except for the occasional clank with the handle hitting the walls. Been very happy with this bowl. When you have textures like this, then it is profitable just to kind of go back and forth like this if you want, up and down, back and forth, whatever, in addition to circles. So 4 seconds. We're not seeing quite as much soap at this stage, but I got a feeling with all the soap that we lather that we usually end up making, it's still going to be plenty. And I'm watching these little divots in there, and I do see them kind of clear out and then fill back up with lather, and so it is doing a job of circulation. The brush is not simply rolling over those areas and so stuck. Now what's going to be interesting is after this month is done, or you know what, maybe next shave, I'll press some of, I'll do a scoop method instead of brush loading, and I'll press some down into those little holes, and we'll see if the brush will load them up out of there and incorporate it into the lather, or if those holes might be too deep. We've got about 17 milliliters of water in there. Maybe we don't need to go quite to 20. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. We'll just add whatever we need to. But since I've used 20 so much on the 5-second load, I wonder if we don't need to go that far with this one. Yeah, look, looks like we've got plenty of lather. to pull it up here and just see how it behaves. It's keeping its shape pretty well. This one is one I do run drier, but I think I may add just a little bit more water. And let's just go with that. And that's about, oh no, that's not even 15 yet. Let's add a little bit more. There we go. That's more like 17 added. Makes more sense. Now it is, with this particular mold, we've got some of these divots in the corners, and my brush doesn't really get really well into those because of the clanking aspect. So I guess some concentrate could potentially make it into those areas. See, I'm trying to work into those corners and you can hear it kind of clanking more. Yeah, there we go. This definitely doesn't look too wet. We'll just have to see. This particular soap base can look nice in the bowl and then be too wet on your face and kind of die on you. All right. You can kind of do that rolling thing that I'm doing to take the lather from the side of your brush and, you know, incorporate it into the center of your brush so that you can kind of get a better scrub, or you can just kind of go back into the lather bowl, add a little bit more if you want, either way. Light scrub at this point with this brush. I'm sure he's going to be more luxurious when he gets a few hundred uses on him. Like a lot of Omegas, they just take a while to have those tips split, and so I could definitely see a person doing some kind of shortcut break-in method on these Omega bristles, especially on a cheap brush. You know, I might just buy an Omega, or even take one of my existing Omegas that I just have abandoned because of the tips just taking so long. Go ahead and take the hair dryer to it, or, you know, whatever method I feel like might help the tips to split, and just see, you know, for fun. Because I would just throw it away if somehow I botched everything up, right? All right, feels nice on the face. The lather feels nice and hydrated. This is a little short shave to help myself get back on track. So it's not 24 hours, it's more like 14 or something like that. If I wanted to, I could shave, and this compensates for longer shaves that I've had a few days ago, where I was shaving off a day and a half of growth or something like that. If I wanted to shave 3 times in 2 days, I could. I couldn't. I could like shave in the morning and then shave at night if I wanted to, but then there's not enough sleep time to last long enough. Then that if I shaved at night, then that next morning it would be too soon, and so it would be like a middle of the day. The second day would be a middle of the day shave. So it'd be like 2 shaves in one day, 2 shaves in one day. The next day would be 1 shave in the middle of the day. The next day it could be 2 shaves morning and evening. If I wanted to, just do a whole bunch of shaving, and man, sometimes you get into this hobby and you really do. There's so many soaps to enjoy and it feels so good on your face. You kind of don't mind doing it a lot. But when I tested that out, I just wasn't going to work. My fervor diminished a little bit. So 1 time a day is going to be fine for me. I don't need to try to shave twice a day. You know what I might, if I ever had a razor I wanted to play with or something, that where I had used one razor that morning, and I had another one I was just so dying to check out. I could see myself shaving with it late that night, just to be able to get in an extra shave in. Plenty of lather with that 4 seconds of loading, as you can see. I think we've just painted on the 3rd pass. Wait, I don't think I've done cross grain yet. I'm sorry. This is all kind of habit, and so I could have potentially done a cross grain shave and I didn't even notice it. So this may just be the 2nd pass. Get to talking to you guys, lose my train of thought. It's all muscle memory and stuff at this point. And it does happen, the passes at least, kind of quickly. And there we go, nice and comfy. And let's do another pass. When I rinse the brush out, I really work it in the bowl. I flex it around, try to give it a good workout to help the tips to maybe get some exercise so they can split. I don't know if it does any good or not. Cross grain again, and very comfy. Just like kind of like a touch-up pass here. I do like not having to turn on a faucet like when I used to do my sink shaves for so long. Don't have to worry about that. Just reach down and swish. But the trade-off is I have to go and get a bowl full of water from before the shave starts, and then at the end of the shave I can make 2 trips to dispose of the 3 items I'm using, the water in them, and to clean them out, that sort of thing. All right, I'm just going to take a little bit of water from the bowl there and kind of re-wet my face. Probably not needed, but I just enjoy it. And yeah, pretty much nailed. I feel like I nailed the lather. Probably on the wet side of perfect, but really a nice place. Felt very hydrated. And we're just going to do the neck here. Slickness was excellent. And that makes the residual slickness. With this soap base, if you have a really slick regular lather, then when you go to shave an area that you've already shaved off, then there's good potential that you're still going to have enough slickness to get the job done there if you've got it wet enough. Oh, I need to. Yesterday, Michael Friedberg did a live shave, and I just did a live shave last night. And one of you guys that was watching mentioned that I think he said something about the old Nacet. Need to go check that out. I forgot about that. It was late when I was doing my shave last night anyway. Oh, feels smooth. That's my trouble spot right here. Got a lot of turns and weird places. Everywhere else is fairly kind of normal growth direction. I'm sure we all have kind of spots like that. A lot of guys deal with trouble areas. I've forgotten to kind of rinse my razor out, dry my razor and my blade a couple of times, because when these shaves are done, the main task at the end is a new one to clean up the bowls. I've got my right now I'm cleaning my head here, just kind of squeezing the towel on it. Not really a big deal, but I've been kind of forgetting to do that, and that keeps soap buildup from off of my razors. I've got this has been my swish bowl. You can see some, yeah, there you go. You can see the suds. That's where my razor goes when it's got the stubble in it. And the lather bowl obviously is there. And then I got the basin of water, and that stayed pretty clean. And that's what I've been splashing with. And I enjoy that a lot. And it's my grandma's. She made it. She made the ceramic bowl, so I'm keeping her memory around. All right. Well, that's number 430. And a matter of fact, I'm gonna pause you while I go clean these items, because then my hands will be done with the cleaning, and when I put the splash on and the cologne, then it'll stay around me instead of being washed off by the cleaning process. And one nice thing about cleaning the stuff before we shut down the video is I can show you the brush after it's been, hey, I got a little friend right there. I can show you the brush after it's been kind of towel stropped, rinsed out, you know, that sort of thing. I open it up with my fingers just to promote airflow. Remember, don't store your wet brushes, your damp brushes, in the medicine cabinet or any place that's closed up. You need that circulation, air circulation, that sort of thing. You don't want mildew. And the soap, also make sure you get a good rinse. The soap can get into your fibers in the core of the knot there. If it's unrinsed out, it will eat away at your natural hair fibers and cause them to break eventually down the road. Well, it sure looks like 4 seconds of loading is not a problem at all. I ended up having a couple passes left over. Maybe I should try 3 seconds. That's nuts. Getting to be like MDC from last year, how I had to stop counting seconds and start counting swirls. I did use about 18 milliliters of water, and so that is slightly less than what I was often using with 5 or 6 seconds. That seems about right. And there we go. That's the brush picks up soap really well. Because it's still, without those tips splitting, they're still a little bit on the firm side in some situations. So now we've gotten all that cleanup done. We can put on the splash, enjoy that. This has the menthol as well. I don't shave in the morning if I can help it. I can see how if you kind of use your shave routine to kind of wake you up, that something zesty like a menthol soap might be nice, right? I'm sorry, a menthol splash. I guess a soap could be do the same purpose. And something really equally zesty like a Baker Street, or some Sterling Baker Street, or they've got several. And we're in the 4th week now of August, I think, so we're going to do 4. Nice. 4 on each arm, so a total of 8. And I continue to enjoy this scent all month long. It's proven itself. My nose, my brain, it likes it. All right, so I get to take my Sharpie here, my little index card of counting, and put the 430th dot on there. I have inside this folded index card, I have the original paper that I used with the blade, and it has 300 dots on all the flaps. I'm also keeping this, what is this, the Persona 74? I'm sorry, no, this is the Gillette spoiler. I don't have a wrapper for that yet, so I'm also keeping it in here. And so there are 300 dots on this guy, plus 100 dots here, and then now 30 dots right there. So that's where we are with the Nacet. How about that? Oh, smelling good. Maybe we'll try putting a smush down in these divots and see how the brush picks those up. Variation. I think I've tried a bunch of different things to work with the soap, and I always keep ending up with the same kind of lather that I enjoy. Not really a trick to making an even better lather, even spending more time mixing it didn't really get me anything better than what I usually land on. And so it's just a nice soap base that I do enjoy, but about Chiseled Face, I mostly enjoy those scents that they have. Oh, so good. All right, guys, take care. And if you missed the live shave yesterday, that is a recording that's online, and toward the end there, somebody asked a question about fall scents, and I went through my entire soap list and remarked about any of the ones that I like for the fall. I might compile that into a list and put online or something like that. And I was appreciative, because I think I am also going to look forward to some of those instead of just kind of meandering through the fall without as much purpose. I might make sure I try to bring some of my favorites into play during that season. All right, guys, take care. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves, and I sure hope there's been something in this video to help you out. Take care. Have a good night.